Today is Link's cage cleaning day, and his little cardboard mansion is going to get a little upgrade. And per request of several of my mousy followers, I'm going to show you just how I construct his cardboard homes. Of course, the first step is to clean out the cage. I'm not going to show you all that. You can buy little pet scoops like litter scoops in pet stores, but I just use this little green shovel. It works perfectly to scoop everything out into the trash. Since I lined the bottom of Link's cage with a solid piece of newspaper, it took almost everything out, so I just have a few scoops to get out the rest. I use a very diluted vinegar solution just with water to spray in the tank and wipe out anything that got left behind. Once the tank is completely dry, which is very important to prevent any bacterial growth, I just line the bottom of the tank with plain newspaper. It doesn't have to fit perfectly. You can just kind of fold in the end and make a double layer. The next layer after the plain newspaper is a little thin layer of Carefresh Natural. It's really important to make sure that there's no baking soda in your formula because it's really toxic to mice. Spread the Carefresh bedding down evenly or have a cute son or daughter help you. In fun and comfort and warmth, we've shredded up some plain newspaper and construction paper. Just pour that in on top of the Carefresh bedding. Now for the fun part that everyone wants to know. How do I build Link's housing? Well, it all depends on the materials you have. Fortunately, I have access to really good cardboard and packing materials. The newest thing today is this awesome little flexible cardboard paper thing that came with a book that I ordered. So I'm probably going to use that for roofing. It's ribbed, so it sort of looks like a roof. I have these big squares of cardboard, so I can pretty much cut them down to size however big or small I need them to be. It is a little hard to cut, so I recommend some really strong scissors or even kitchen shears. That's usually what I end up using. And of course your little cardboard tubes, toilet paper, paper towels, anything like that. These are the new thing. This is what I used to make Link's last awesome mansion. So this sort of served as the bottom floor, and then he had a little hideout sort of basement area. So I'm probably going to use this today, and of course a hot glue gun. I could not live without it. I went ahead and put Link into his tank because he was getting a little antsy in his play box. And one more thing I found that I don't know how I forgot is egg cartons. Paper egg cartons are one of mice's favorite things to play in. I'll show you how I attach that to the wall, and sometimes for Link, since he's just by himself and he's really small, I'll just cut the egg carton in half or use a half-dozen sized egg carton, and I'll show you how I put this on the wall.
I'm not helping. I want more.
So this little part is going to be the bottom floor for Link's house, and it already has a hole cut here, and I went ahead and measured it against the depth of his cage, which I just happen to know. It's always good to measure before you actually assemble something and then try to cram it in the cage and it doesn't fit how you want. So this is going to be the floor. And I'm going to put 2 walls on here, and I guess 3 walls. So I went ahead and cut the walls. They're all this exact same height, and that's very important so you have a level floor. I just put glue on each end, and that's a really slow process, and I'm not going to make you sit and watch through. But just put glue on the whole edge of the one side, stick it on, and hold it till it's dry, which will be like 10 seconds, and relax if it's not perfect because the mice really don't care. Okay, so I went ahead and made the second floor. I guess you could call it the second floor because technically that might be the first. I don't know. So I just went ahead and cut some random little holes for him to climb up to that level. I learned from last time not to waste time really making ramps because he doesn't use them very much. He just pulls through. So I'm going to put glue very quickly on the tops of each of these 3 walls and carefully place this right here like this, and then I'll come back for level 3. So I went ahead and put on a couple walls with windows this time. I forgot on this level, but I put a paper towel or a toilet paper roll here for like an extra support for the 3rd floor. You don't have to do that. I just thought it would be something different for him to play in. He's very, very playful. So I'm just going to put glue on the tops of these, put on the 3rd floor, and then we will do the roof. I went ahead and made the top floor, which has sort of a little trapdoor for him, and his food is going to go on the top. And the reason I always raise his food bowl is because if it's down in the bedding and the paper and he scoops anything out, it tends to get lost within the dirty, soiled bedding, and it's kind of a waste of food. But if it's up here, not as much food is lost. So I made the roof. It's just a long piece of cardboard. I didn't really measure it exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to put it on like this. I put the ribbed paper stuff on top of here. I just laid this cardboard on top and measured it. And now I'm going to glue it like this. And then we'll put on his food bowl. Link just came out for Lily, and I thought we would show you how cute he is. He just hopped right onto her hands. He's very friendly.
He was on the wheel climbing like a monkey, and I just put my hand out, and he just crawled right on.
I went ahead and attached the roof, and this is a little secret I do to food bowls no matter how heavy they are. I just put like 2 tiny little dots of glue on the bottom so that Link doesn't scoot it off and spill all his food at night, because sometimes he gets extremely playful, and as you can see how fast he goes on his little wheel. Now to see if my measurements were correct. Oh, Link has found his little egg carton. Hey, you can go on in, sweetie. Go on in, Link.
He escaped. He seriously escaped from me.
Anyway, now to see if our little house will fit in here without spilling a whole bunch of food.
And if Link will move.
He'll move. Coming down. Coming down, Link. Alright, he's on. So now he's going to go all over this and make his stink everywhere. He's going to make it his own home and tear holes in it where he wants to. He's already exploring the bottom floor, and he'll figure out which is his favorite way, which is his favorite path to go up and through. And also that his food bowl is up there, of course. He seems to like it. So the last part of Link's basic little cage is always his egg carton. This time I have enough room on the wall, on the back wall, to fit the entire carton. So I just cut out some holes. It doesn't matter which ones you choose because he will cut out whichever ones he wants to be open. I glued this shut so he doesn't fall if the lid pops open. And this kind of egg actually has vents on the back, so there's no need for me to cut holes for him to peek out. He does like to see out through the back window. So I'm just going to glue this right here, but I'm going to take Link out first because he tends to want to go where I want to stick things, and I would never want hot glue to touch him. So I'm going to take him out, and then I will put the egg carton on and we'll be back. The egg carton has been affixed, and here comes Link to test it out. He loves his egg carton. I forgot to mention, of course, to make little exit holes on each side of the egg carton so Link doesn't feel trapped. And there's one over here so he can get on from his new house. Maybe he'll come out for us. Oh, he took the alternate exit. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you will make creative little houses for your mice or other small rodents, I suppose. Link seems to really enjoy climbing around his new house every week, more than the girls do. And I should probably mention the reason that we use cardboard instead of popsicle sticks for Link is because he's shown allergies to different types of wood, and when we had popsicle sticks in his house, he seemed to sneeze a lot more, and now he never sneezes. He seems very healthy and happy. So we're going to stick with cardboard because it is much more fun anyway.
Link loves to ignore us. What is he doing?
He is playing. He loves it.
I guess he's really happy.